Medieval fans and toy fans, we have here the Palm Empire Knight Templar figure. Now this figure ranges at 1/12 scale, and the company is made by CooModels. Now for those wondering where you can pick it up, I actually picked mine up for Ageless Geeks, but I know that other retailers like BBTS and I believe Megapocalypse might carry this figure as well. But feel free to just also check on eBay. So yeah guys, this figure comes with actually a good amount of accessories. The paint wise, it is honestly really well done. Like, it gives you that kind of chrome feeling on the gauntlets and then on the weapons itself, which I'll show in the video. Now, so this face sculpt, it's very, it's very subtle. He's pretty much just an angry face and only has one face, but actually comes with an extra piece, which is the helmet, of course. And you just click on the helmet, and you have there from the promo picture. Now, for those asking, can you take off all the cloth? Yes, you can. You just have to take out the belt and take out this piece, and you'll have like the figure that looks right here in the box. And that's him without his paladin top piece, and just his gauntlets are off. Which is neat, because it actually, if you do take off the gloves and the gauntlets, you have the chainmail that lasts all the way over here in the tip. Now let me actually show off more of the figure. Here's his front view. Really nice, well done. I like how the belt is actually leathery. Then on the side you have the chainmail. It's not an actual chainmail, but it has that texture of one, and it's really nice. As the top piece, or the paladin piece, it's really nice too. Just really interesting how the bottom here is actually the only different paint app, like its own style. Like a little muddy. And then all of a sudden the top is just all clean. It would have been nice, like at least some marks of dirtiness or muddiness, but you know, this is fine. Now as for underneath, you actually have black pants on, and you can see here that it's actually his own piece. So the chainmail and the little paladin piece are just from the top. Now as for the boots, pretty much it's just a plain texture. You know, it's no shading, it's nothing. So it's really weird how they got cheap on this. Or not cheap, but you know, just like this has no muddy texture, but this has muddy texture. So it's kind of weird. At least a little shading would have been nice. You do have the little red shoelaces. Sorry, black shoelaces. And then you have the black groove here. So it's a nice texture. Also, no ankle pivot. Now as for accessories, let's put this guy to the side and let's pull out the shield. Amazing. And it actually has real leather right here. Has that wood carving feel. Really cool. And it's actually, you know what's funny? The white here is a bit off, because right here is more dirtier look compared to the paladin suit piece right here. So I just wanted to point that out. And then you get one left in relax gauntlet hand. And of course you have the two sword holding hands right here for gauntlets. And then you have two relaxed, just normal hands. And fortunately about this, it looks like, you know, when you cut a model kit, it shows the plastic. Well, this one actually still shows the plastic, which is kind of a letdown. So it doesn't, like right here, it's just kind of nasty. And then of course, you get the also normal grabbing hands, but with no gauntlets. And then the best parts, you actually get a sword, really nice. The sword actually feels heavy, actually feels sharp, and it's a nice detail. And then you have here the piece where you actually put the sword back in. It's just nice. Even the decal is so nice. So I'm guessing they spent a lot on these type of details compared to like the hands. And then of course you get another sword, which is actually a dagger. Same amount of detail, same feel, a bit more pointier, so be careful. But it actually has a nice texture here. I don't know if you guys can see in the camera, but just like a little cross, and that's amazing. That's really nice. And then we also do get the knight's helmet. And it's pretty interesting how this actually feels like normal plastic. After you touch this, it's a huge difference. You're kind of wishing that the knight's helmet is actually the same quality as the sword, but you know, it's still good. Has a groove here, and it's just one plain chrome look-like color. It's actually pretty easy to put on the head. you have to do is pretty much just push it down, and ta-da. Alright, let's put the accessories away, and let's test out the character's articulation. So if you guys already, I don't know if you guys have 3A figures, but if you do, pretty much it's the same 3A body, the same type of articulation, and the same head movement, same head joint. So for example, I'll pull up a 3A piece here. You see here that pretty much same quality. Unfortunately, you can't hook this head. It's a bit more bigger on the joint, and the neck is a bit longer. But for those wondering how it looks like that. So it almost scales well. As for the head, it's actually a one neck joint piece. So you can see here that you can't move the head, just the neck. And actually a close-up of the head too. Sorry guys, I keep dropping it. So yeah, that's the head. Now for head movement, we can push that far left. I guess you can't tilt the head that much, but you can, or sorry, actually some of the chainmail got on the head joint, and I keep dropping his head. Here we go. All right, that's a little better. So you could move the head around, but for pretty much just tilting it this much left and that much right. So not much there, but you could look down that much. You can back up that much, and you can twist the head around with no problems. Now, as for arms, you can go that high up, but be careful because you know with cloth material, you don't want to tear. But that's how high you can go up, and that's how high you can raise. He does have shoulder joints, so you can pull a little bit that much around. I guess the only gripe is you can't really see the joints, so you're gonna have to figure out where you put that part where you push, like right now. Here we go. Now, as for arms, I believe you do have double jointed, but since the gauntlet here is actually blocking it, actually no, I'm sorry, single jointed. So you have single jointed elbows, and you go that far. You do have some good, I don't know if I can't feel the arm swivel, but I think you just have shoulder swivel, so it has a lot of good range. Now as for the arms, the hands, you have good hand rotation. As for crunch, let's see. You have some minor ab crunch. And then with the waist crunch, you can see you can push a little bit more down. You can back that much up. So you're kind of limited. And I think maybe it's just the belt as well that's probably blocking the articulation. Now as for the splits, you can go that far down. But of course, always be careful with cloth. You don't want to tear. As for kicking, you can kick that far up. As for kicking back, you have a lot of good back kick. And you have double jointed, so you can go that far back. Let's pick the guy up. Let's see how far it's touching. So yeah, that much. And the letdown part, no ankle pivot. It's kind of a bummer here because I really would love ankle pivot on this character, especially these type of Templar figures or medieval style figures. But you do get to twist around the boot, so that's something. Let's see. Yeah, it's for those that want to pose it well, you're gonna have a little bit hard time, so you're gonna have to find that right groove. All right. Now, see if we can just put him straight without falling, because that's my only gripe right now. It's just he keeps moving around, especially that his boots are a bit awkward. It's like it goes up. So let's see. There you go. All right. Sorry that took a while, guys. Now, as for accessories, on swapping them out or popping them in, we're gonna start off with the swords. And here's one little problem I have with this figure. When I try to put on his sword, this got really tight, so you have to push back, and you're gonna hear a little click. But that's because I think the chrome paint is really touching the fingertips. So here, let me show. It's right here. You actually pull them apart, but they look like they're actually together, but they're not. So just a heads up for those. Let's put in the sword. Like I mentioned, it looks like they're actually tight, but you push in, and ta-da, you got the sword. And I was playing around with this earlier, and I noticed that the figures, I don't know why, but I think it's just the material of the hand that it's just too soft that it can't really hold the sword well. Like you can position as much as you want, but it's still gonna tilt around just because of the weight of the sword. Yeah, that's the only letdown right there. Let's pop this hand out. Now as for putting on the dagger, let's see if there's any difference in the balance there. Now with the dagger, it might be just for looks or it might be for just some angles, because when I put in that dagger, there's no actual dagger hand. And when you put it in here, it's a little bit loose. But yeah, that's how it looks, the dagger. And now, as I put it in, these pieces, the sword piece, sorry, it's the sword holster. Just put it in here, the little belt holster. Put in the sword. That actually fits in really well. That's nice. Now, so the dagger. Actually, I might have the. No, actually, this is a dagger. So that's right. So you put in the dagger. And then you put in the dagger sword. Ta-da, and that's how it looks. Looks really well. Now, as you're putting the shield, that's the little problem here because you're going to have to pop out the hand. You see here that actually has a little nub. And then pretty much you can debate if you want to put, I guess, because the weird thing is you can't really put the sword behind your back. So you have three little hoses here. I use this one for to hold the sword here. I'm sorry, the shield here. But I don't know what the bottom one is. Maybe it is to hold it more farther back. And here's my only problem is that for some reason this nub here is so hard to press on to put on this hand back on. Like I had a little trouble, so I had to keep playing around with it. And I might have that trouble right now actually. So let's see. Like I have to squeeze it in. I don't like squeezing because it might break the nub. And it's just like when you try to push this in, you push in the gauntlet piece and it's just really in the way. See, just pushing in, doesn't want to go in. We'll try that again, but let's first show how the shield looks. Looks really well scaled. It's nice. Everyone. So I wanted to show a little hands-on close-up with the hand joints on this character because it's a little bit pain and really small to play around with. So if we're swapping out the hands, you're going to get the normal defaulted grab hand. And you're just going to pop it out. If it gives you a little trouble, heat gun or hot water, you're going to have the little nub here. And for example, it normally comes with this on, but I took that off because it's a pain to swap hands with this on for some reason. Like this thing pushes up so much when you're trying to swap out the hand. And I think it's just the sleeves on the chain, quote unquote, mill. So if we're putting in the new hands, we're going to put in the relax, open, pretty much calm hand. Clicks in with no issues, moves around with no problems. Now if we were to try it on with the gauntlet arm piece, you're going to have to make sure this is all the way rolled up. You're going to push this thing a little bit slow. Try to get as much chainmail to push back, to hold in inside. But if not, be careful, because this is where this thing just starts pushing back. And right here, I'm going to try again. Slowly going to snug it in. Try to get as much chainmail inside. Oh, we'll just start saying quote unquote chainmail. You can see here the nub. And this is probably my problem where I try to press it in, but it doesn't want to go in. There you go. So now I pushed in with no problems. But see, it's a little bit more trouble with this gauntlet piece on. Kind of wish that wasn't a problem. But maybe it's just my, you know, the way I put in the swap out the hands. But yeah. For those asking if this figure comes with a stand, he actually does come with a stand. He comes with a normal circular stand with a stand piece here. And it's a hook to grab the character's bottom crotch. Pretty much insert this right here. Locate the character's crotch. Engage. It helps balance the figure. So for those that more like want to put it on their desk or on their D-tops or just their shelves, that's how it look. Now, last and least, let's do some skull comparisons. We're going to start off with the Mezco Ronin. You're like, wait, what? A Ronin next to a medieval Templar? Sure, why not? Ah, and Ronin just fell. That means he lost. Here we go, next to Mezco Ronin Wolverine. Looking good. Wolverine's a little too tall, which, you know, he normally is not in the comics, but in the movies, he's miraculously tall. This guy again just wants to be a little pain to balance. Alright, now let's try again with a Marvel Legends Wolverine. And now you can see the Templars overscaling him. And now let's put him next to a Figure Arts Iron Man, because why the heck not? Let's put him next to another Figure Arts Hulk, Infinity War Edition. Sorry, Hulk always dominates on scale. Then of course, let's put him next to a Black Series Gamorrean Guard. And that actually looks really cool. You can have these two fighting each other. And sorry guys, that was my light that just fell. Alright guys, overall the figure, complaint is just that I wish I had ankle pivot. I wish the hands weren't so hard to swap in. You know, using those little nubs is so annoying with 3A for me, but I wish it was a little bit different for this line. Pretty much, I hope this review was helpful, and if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to post below and I'll do my best to respond back. And like always, thanks for watching and take care.